Hello everybody and welcome back again to my channel. This video is going to be my July TBR, and how I'm going to do that is by doing or choosing books from my trusty TBR jar that I just did yesterday. What happened to my old TBR jar thing? I don't know. After last year's flood, a lot of things were going haywire in my room, including not having a bookshelf. My books are technically in a book cupboard, but for this video I have decided to put them on the floor because they're going to be my TBR pile. I will show you. This is my first pile. They're not sorted in any sort of fashion. They're just kind of like on the floor. Disregard the flooring also, considering it's just concrete. Again, due to the flooring. Let me fix my camera. Any hoots. The idea for July TBR is that I'm going to choose 8 books. 4 to 5 will be physical copies, depending on my mood. And then the other 2 is going to be Kindle. On my Kindle, it could be a Netgalley or just an ebook. And the last one, I'm not too sure because that's going to be reserved for my book of the month for my book club. Although can you guys recommend me like a good rom-com book, because that is the genre and theme for July's book of the month, since we're doing a book exchange also. By the way, if you guys are interested and you guys are based in Miri, we're doing a meetup with a book exchange meetup on the 17th of July. So if you guys are here and you want to join, just wrap a book, bring a book. It's a rom-com theme, and just join us for the meeting. But that's not the point. The point is, you guys have any good rom-com? Just put in below, okay, in the comments below. Anyways, yes, back to the video. We are going to choose based on the TBR jar. I wanted to do kind of like a random generator thing, but I thought to myself, I feel like it's more fun if we do an actual TBR jar. So let's choose. I hope I choose good ones. I don't know. I kind of just put whatever in this jar. Okay, first one is translated work. Okay, we have a few. We have a few choices around here. First, we have Dangerous. My God, Dangerous Liaisons by who? Lacoste? Is that the author? I think so. Yes, Dangerous Liaisons. I think this is French. And then we have The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea by Yukio Mishima. We have IQ 84 by Haruki Murakami. And then we have another one, which is The Plotters by Eun-Soo Kim. Still is in its covers, or like wrapping. And the last one is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I think this is German. I could be wrong. I do not remember. Okay, so we're gonna have to do elimination because I don't think I can read. Okay, IQ 84 is out because it is 3 books in one, and I don't think I feel like reading all 3 books. So I don't think I want to do IQ 84. Plus, it's really hard to bring around. So IQ 84 is out for this round, and so is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Although I really do have to say, I've always wanted to read this since forever, but I have yet to read it because, again, it's too thick, even though it's tiny, because it's too hard to bring around. But the last time I read it, I managed up to page 34, and then I never continued reading. So these 2 are out for translated works. So I want something that is easy to read. I do feel like I'm in between. I don't feel like I want to read Dangerous Liaisons because I don't know, I don't feel like classics right now. So it's between The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea by Yukio Mishima or The Plotters by Eun-Soo Kim. I am in between. But I do feel like this is going to be easier because it's only 181 pages. So I think this is going to be easy for me to finish. So I'm going to choose for this round translated works is The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea by Yukio Mishima, and the book is about the Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea tells of a band of savage 13-year-old boys who reject the adult world as illusory, hypocritical, and sentimental, and train themselves in a brutal callousness they call objectivity. When the mother of one of them begins an affair with a ship's officer, he and his friends idealize the man at first, but it is not long before they conclude that he is in fact soft and romantic. They regard their disappointment in him as an act of betrayal on his part and react violently. Ugh, this kind of sounds like incels, but okay, it's fine. Okay, first book. Okay, next prompt. Next is book bought because you liked the cover. Bought, huh? Oh, actually, I do have a few books that I bought. Okay, let me just share with you guys the books that I bought because of the cover. I bought The First Love Story by Bruce Feiler. I think this is a nonfiction, and it is the first love story, a journey through the tangled lives of Adam and Eve. I just thought the cover was cool, you know? Second one is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. Okay, after I found out that the author didn't like girls on the cover, I kind of regretted buying this version, but I just thought the drawing was nice. So I disavow it now, but at the time when I bought it, I liked the cover. So I bought it because of the cover and it was kind of on sale. Next one is Babel by obviously R.F. Kuang. I thought this cover was cool. And I bought the soft copy because I liked that it was floppy. Okay, this one I remembered I bought it because, again, I thought the cover was really nice. And it is The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge. I have no idea what it's about. Next one is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I didn't buy this. I didn't know what it was about. I bought it because, again, I thought the cover was really nice. It's a girl with butterfly on one eye. And I just thought, oh, seems like such a sad book. And obviously, after knowing the contents, I'm like, yeah, it is kind of sad. Next one, I bought all of, I think I bought this at a Big Bad Wolf. I just thought, again, the cover was cool, and this is The Orphan Mother by Robert Hicks. So, I think I'm going to choose. Okay, disclaimer I read My Dark Vanessa up until page 100, and then I just couldn't continue because I felt like the the plot and the book and everything, the elements of this book was too dark for me at the time. So I don't feel like I'm in the mood to read something so depressing like predation of a child. I don't feel like I'm smart enough yet to read Babel by R.F. Kuang. I do want to read it, but I'm not in the mood right now for some dark academia. So now it's in between The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge or The Orphan Mother by Robert Hicks. I feel like I like this cover more for this prompt, which is a book you bought because of the cover. I feel like I'm going to choose this one, and it is The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge. And the synopsis is Marina Willett has a problem. Her husband Charlie has become obsessed with H.P. Lovecraft and, in particular, with the events of the summer of 1934, when the reclusive Lovecraft lived for 2 months with a young fan named Robert Barlow and his family in Central Florida. Lovecraft was 43 that summer and Barlow was 16. Oh, that's a bit worrying. What were the two of them up to, and what did they feel for each other? Just when Charlie thinks he solved the puzzle, a scandal erupts and he disappears. The police call it a suicide, but Marina doesn't believe them. Heartbroken, she follows her missing husband's trail to learn the truth. Moving across the decades and along the length of the continent, from a remote Ontario town, Through New York and Lovecraft's native Providence to Mexico City, The Night Ocean is a historical tour de force about love and deception. It's about the way stories earn our trust and betray it. Okay, so we got our second book in. Nice. Also, yeah, I didn't feel like reading this Lolita because it's a classic, and this is a nonfiction. I'm just not in the mood right now. So we got our second book. Six more books to go. Next prompt. A memoir? God damn it. A memoir? Do I even have a memoir in this batch? You know what? For this one, I'm just going to choose Abroad in Japan by Chris Broad, okay? I feel like this is a memoir. Is it a memoir? I have no idea. It's all I know is that it's about the experiences of Chris Broad, who is a YouTuber who lives in Japan, and his experiences of him living in Japan for the past 10 years, I think. 10 years? 10 years, yes. Says here, when Englishman Chris Broad landed in rural village in northern Japan, he wondered if he'd made a huge mistake. With no knowledge of the language and zero teaching experience, was he about to be the most quickly fired English teacher in Japan's history? Abroad in Japan charts a decade of living in a foreign land and the chaos and culture clash that came with it. Packed with hilarious and fascinating stories, this book seeks out to unravel one of the world's most complex cultures. Spanning 10 years in all 47 prefectures, Chris takes us from the lush rice fields of the countryside to the frenetic neon lit streets of Tokyo. With the blockbuster moments such as a terrifying North Korean missile incident, a mortifying experience at a love hotel, and a week spent in Japan's biggest movie star abroad in Japan, is an extraordinary and informative journey through the land of the rising sun. Chris Broad it is. Pink cover. Okay, this is easier. Pink cover. This is most definitely it. I have this, which is Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow, and another one. Second choice for pink cover is Malibu Rising. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Sue, do I have another one? Is there another pink cover? Okay, I have a third one, technically. And it is Julie Tudor is Not a Psychopath by Jennifer Holditch. Okay, I feel like this one fits the prompt way better because the whole book is pink. And I have chosen Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. Glasgow? Kathleen Glasgow. And the book is Charlotte Davis is in pieces. At 17, she's already lost more than most people do in a lifetime, but she's learned how to forget. The broken glass washes away the sorrow until there is nothing but calm. And you don't have to think about your father and the river, your best friend who is gone forever, or your mother who has nothing left to give to you. I cannot speak. Your best friend who is gone forever, or your mother who has nothing left to give you, not gift you. God. Okay. Okay, we're gonna choose our last one for physical copy. TBR with the longest title. Okay, we have two books. We have A Force So Swift, Mao Truman and the Birth of Modern China, 1949 by Kevin Pereno. And this is a nonfiction, obviously. Or The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This one I just bought, by the way. It's secondhand, but technically I just bought it. I don't know. I'm in between now because maybe I do want to read something nonfiction. So you know what? I'm going to choose this. Mao Truman and the Birth of Modern China, 1949. So the synopsis is: in the opening months of 1949, U.S. President Harry S. Truman found himself faced with a looming diplomatic catastrophe, perhaps the greatest that this country has ever suffered, as the journalist Walter Lippmann put it. Throughout the spring and summer, Mao Zedong's communist armies fanned out across mainland China, annihilating the rival troops of America's one-time ally Chiang Kai-shek, and taking control of Beijing, China. Wait, no, and taking control of Beijing, Shanghai, and other major cities. As Truman and his aides, including his shrewd, ruthless Secretary of State, Dean Acheson, scrambled to formulate a response, they were forced to contend with not only Mao, but also with the unrelenting political enemies at home. Over the course of this tumultuous year, Mao would fashion a new revolutionary government in Beijing, laying the foundation for the creation of modern China, while Chiang Kai shek would flee to the island sanctuary of Taiwan. These events transformed American foreign policy, leading ultimately to decades of friction with Communist China, a long standing U.S. commitment to Taiwan, and the subsequent wars in Korea and Vietnam. Drawing on Chinese and Russian sources, as well as recently declassified CIA documents, Kevin Perino tells the story of this remarkable year through the eyes of the key players, including Mao Zedong, President Truman, Secretary of State I don't know how to say that, Minnesota Congressman Walter Judd, and Madame Chiang Kai-shek, the influential First Lady of Republic of China. Today, the legacy of 1949 is more relevant than ever to the relationship between China, the United States, and the rest of the world. Beijing asserts its claims in the South China Sea, and tensions endure between Taiwan and the mainland. God, I cannot speak apparently. I bought this. When did I buy this? Uh, I remember, but yeah, it's at Popular. I bought it because it was on sale. Originally, it was 140 ringgit, but I only bought it for 20. Also, I think I need to sandpaper the top because it's yellowing, but the bottom looks completely fine. I think it was just exposed, so I think I'm going to sandpaper it a bit. Okay, so these are my 5 books, and we're going to go to my Kindle reads. Okay, the Kindle reads that I feel like reading is do feel like I want to do some heartbreak situation, like, star-crossed lovers type of thing. But I also feel like murder mystery. I feel like murder mystery. So, we are going to choose the Tokyo Zodiac Murders by Soji Shimeda. What's it about? I have no idea because the synopsis, I don't think it's in Kindle. I can't open it. Anyways, the next book I'm going to choose is a NetGalley one. Okay, I'm just going to choose for my Kindle read, my NetGalley read, it's going to be Front Page Murder by Joyce Saint Anthony. What is it about? I have no idea. And then obviously my last book is going to be reserved for Book of the Month, and that is it for my July TBR. It took forever, but we finally made it, guys. So all of the prompts that I took out from this month's July TBR, I am not going to put it back in. I'm just going to do new ones. And yeah, that is it. So let me recap. The books that we are choosing. The 5 physical copies are Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow, Abroad in Japan by Chris Broad, The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge, and The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea by Yukio Mishima, and the last one, A Force So Swift, Mao Truman and the Birth of Modern China, 1949 by Kevin Perino. And for my Kindle, it is Front Page Murder by Joyce St. Anthony and The Tokyo Zodiac Murders by Soji Shimeda. So those are the 7 books I am choosing for July. And I will update you guys once we have figured out what book we're going to do for July book of the month for my book club. I'll put it in the description or a comment or something. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And that is it. That is it. Hopefully, I can lessen the TBR, the physical TBR that I have, because I have far too many books that I have not read. It's becoming a problem. So, bye. See you in the next one.